games we've got. We've got a slightly smaller pitch than we had at Games Expo, but that's to be understood. And ultimately, we come to these events to support the growth of board game players in the UK. So we share our games with people who might not be a typical board gaming audience. And I'm focusing on Ducks in a Row at the moment. And Ducks in a Row is a game for 2 to 6 players. The rulebook is beautiful. I would say that I'm part of the team that wrote it, and we've got different areas of the table. This is called the pond, and in the pond are some ducks, and you can have up to 6 ducks in the pond depending on your player count. And on your turn, what you're going to be doing is playing cards either to your pond or to a part of your table called the row, which can be voice out of the way. And your row just starts here. And the idea is you want to play as many ducks to your row as you possibly can, because ducks in your row are going to score you points at the end of the game. But each duck will only score you the amount of ducks in the pond of that particular type. So if I look at this particular duck, this white duck at the moment, there is 1 in the pond. If I play this duck to my row, which would be a terrible move, and I'll explain why in a moment. If I play this duck to my row, what I'm going to end up with is 1 point for that duck in my row, because at the moment there's only 1 of that type there. However, if I play a card to the pond, that means there's 2 of that duck in the pond. So if I play a white duck to my row now, I'm going to score 2 points at the end of the game. So that's how the game's going to work. And fun, you're going to have a hand of 8 cards. And anything that plays into the pond is going to be in decreasing numerical value. Anything playing to the row is going to be in ascending numerical order. The pond is very much a area where you are suit specific, whereas the row, as you build your row, is entirely up to you whether you whichever type of duck you put in your row. I'll turn that right way up. And so the idea here is that as you build your row, you want to start low to high and high to low in the pond. So low to high, ascending value; high to low, descending value into the pond. And you've got a hand of 8 cards, and on your turn you're going to secretly pick one of those cards to play, and you play either to the row side here, or you can also play to the pond side just here. Everyone's going to play, up to 6 players at a time. Everyone's going to play simultaneously and then reveal their card, and you're going to then play them to either the pond or the row, but the sequence of play goes in numerical order, starting with the person who played the lowest value card and ascending. Now, what that can mean for the game is if someone were to play, just scoop a card out of the box, if someone were to play this particular duck into the pond, no other cards can be played in the pond because 1 has been played there, and there is no lower card than a 1. So if I played this 12 at the same time, thinking actually I can accumulate some points here, actually that can't go below 1, because in descending order 1 is the lowest card. So that's going to get put in my duck house just over there, and that is now worth negative points at the end of the game. So, and the negative points of a duck in your duck house is the equivalent of how many ducks are in the pond. So these will score you positive points if they're played into your row, but if they're left in the duck house at the end of the game, they're going to score you equivalent negative points. So during the course of the game, you've got a hand of 8 cards, and you'll be playing those 8 cards out to the particular locations, and at the end of the game, everyone will have played all their 8 cards. The pond will have more ducks in it, your row will have plenty of ducks in it, and you're going to total those points up. Negative points for anything in your duck house. And by the end of that, you'll have got to a score. Now, if that score is less than 30, you're going to play another round. You can play a long game up to 50 as well. It's entirely up to you. And so there are 6 different suits of duck, and they do different things. I'll just drop this on screen here. So if you play the suit with an egg, you'll be able to add a card to your hand, which is great. It means that you get more choice. But at the end of the game ends when one of you empties your hand. So you might be left with cards in your hand. No negative points for cards in your hand, so that's absolutely fine. Duck foot, secretly influence a column, and that's going to mean drawing one of these influence cards, and they are either plus or minus 1, 2, or 3 ducks. So I'm going to look at the card from the top. -3, the worst card in the game, well, potentially, and you're going to secretly place it at the top of a column. So I now know that this column is worth -1. So technically, according to maths, this is worth +1 for me. So that I might actually leave that there now. So that's the influence. That's how it's going to work. And like I say, +1, +2, -1, -2, and -3. The splash duck takes a duck out of the pond, the bottom of a column. So if this was really annoying you, you could play the splash duck and take that out and put it into discard. The head allows you to randomly swap 2 ducks with another player. So you're going to pick 2 ducks from your 2 cards from your hand, you're going to put them in front of another player, and you're going to randomly take 2 cards from their hand. It's a great way of forcing your opponent to play cards you want to see into the pond on your behalf. So it can be a really powerful suit. Here we've got the feather, which allows you to basically borrow a duck from somebody's duck house, or if there's cards in the discard pile, you can go there. It's quite a situational suit, and probably the one we recommend playing towards the end of the game, or after you've played the game a few times. And then the last one is the little nest, which allows you to rehome a duck. So that's all the powers, all the suits. So if you get that opportunity, we are once again, we're in Stratford-upon-Avon today. We're here all day in the town hall. So if you get an opportunity to come down and see us, feel free to come down and see us and play a game of ducks in a row. We'll also have forest folk out, and we've got overgrowth out as well. So you've got a number of games. If you're in Stratford-upon-Avon or near Stratford-upon-Avon, you can come and play. Thanks for your time today, and hopefully you'll see us soon.